Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make your cases go from stock to looking something like this, getting them all tuned up and ready to go. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, got a couple seals to pull. So let's pop them out. And we got one more here for the clutch input shaft. And now I'm going to pull out these cylinder studs. So just do a little double nut here, grab two of the cylinder base nuts and lock them on. And should come out. They're pretty rusty, so it might take a couple tries. Alright, so at this point, poor unassuming me thought that these studs would come out just like any other studs, but boy was I wrong. In fact, it probably couldn't have gone much worse than it did. Let me show you. Holy shit, dude. There's no way. Well, the verdict is in, and looks like I lost this one. Fucker broke off, so guess I'm kind of screwed. Gonna have to try and drill that thing out of there because it's not coming out. It's probably like 500 foot-pounds stuck. It's probably gonna take the threads with it, so I'm gonna have to do a Healy coil too. Not looking good. Alright, so here's the setup. I put the cases back together and I threw the cylinder on and tapped it down so the dowel pins will get it all centered. And I found a drill bit that fits pretty close. So I'm gonna come in here. Since it wasn't a clean break, I'm gonna get something started here. So at least I'll have a center point. And this will kind of keep it centered with the cylinder and everything. All right, so now that I got that started, I'm gonna pop this cylinder off again. And I got a good section started there. So now I'm gonna take a center punch, grab the middle of that, and I'm gonna take these cases back apart. I don't want a bunch of crap getting in this other side. Now I'm gonna take a little drill bit. This one's better quality and should be able to get a nice hole going here. Alright, so I ended up getting this hole drilled out here. So you got it out to 21/64. I don't know if you guys can see too well, but there's no getting that bolt out. 21/64 is the size I'm gonna need for the Healy coil I'm gonna put in. You can see right here, that's what's left of it that I got out. And that wasn't gonna come out with any sort of thread extractor. It was basically just part of the case. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna rip these bearings out of here, and then I won't finish that Healy coil until we get the cases all vapor blasted, just so I can get a nice clean tap and prevent any sand and water from getting in there. So let's get these bearings ripped out. All right, rumor has it that I am back, allegedly. Now, if you're new around here, this is not gonna make any sense, but if you're the one person who's watched one of my videos or followed this series, then you might know that I kind of went on a 2-month hiatus, haven't posted anything in 2 months, haven't touched this thing in 2 months. So I'm not really even sure where I was at with this thing. All I know is that I got cases and I need to pull the bearings out of them. So you're probably watching this video and you see the first half of this, that was 2 months ago. So we're here now and I'm back here this time. That's what I said last time, so don't trust me. But yeah, I got a new truck and I've been working on that for the past 2 months. Haven't had much time outside of work, so I've just been working on that, trying to get that thing dialed in. Put a picture of it on screen right now. It's an 04 Ram 2500 with the Cummins. And as a side note for that, would any of you guys like to see me make videos on my trucks? I'll probably end up making a separate channel for this unless you guys want to see it on this channel. Feel free to let me know, but I'll probably end up doing it anyway because you can't tell me what to do. So anyway, we're gonna break the Loctite loose on these things and pound some bearings out. Alright, let's see if we have any other activity right now. Let's give it a little tap. If all these bearings didn't have seals in them, I'd just throw this whole thing in the oven. Get it up to about 400 and then they pop out. That's probably how I'm gonna put them back in. And I would break out the oxyacetylene torch, but I'd probably just melt the aluminum before the bearings came out. Thank you. Of course, the little one won't come out. Fuck. Thank you. All right, I think this case is ready for vapor blasting. I'm just gonna do it with this plug-in so that I don't get a bunch of sand in there. Got to do some more prep, but let me get this other one ripped down. Hopefully that'll do it a little easier than last time. Fuck. All right, I'm back again. Another 2-month non-recording hiatus, and I'll let future me explain. What do you get when you add work, paying jobs, and things that might as well be work? That's right, you end up doing 25 hours of things in a 24-hour day, 9 days a week. Besides, I was much too lazy to be bothered with picking up the camera. And the Harbor Freight sandblaster I was waiting on for this video was out of stock for like 2 months. More on that in a minute. Don't worry, I'll go on another vacation from uploading soon. But anyway, some of you guys can probably tell, this is the wrong motor. That's the right one down there. Paying jobs take over when there's a non-paying job like this. It ain't gonna happen. But anyway, we're gonna do some things here. We're gonna send this thing into the diesel tank, give it a bath, and then we're gonna give it some sandblasting and then some vapor blasting. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's the crusty old diesel tank parts washer. I know it's not the best, and I could clean parts way better with real solvents or degreaser, but this thing lives outside and it was cheap at the time, and it kind of gets the job done. Now I'm spraying some degreaser on the case anyway, since it smells like diesel now. I probably should have just started with the degreaser in the first place, but this is how it goes around here. And since there were some deep scratches and rock dents in the cases, I'm going to knock down some of the roughness before I sandblast and vapor blast. Alright, so that sandblaster I was talking about that was out of stock, the Harbor Freight website said that it was out of stock at my local store for like 2 months. I personally don't believe it, but whatever. Even though I was waiting for the sandblaster to make this video, I ended up using it for at least 10 hours before I even got the cases done, because I wanted to do some powder coating on the front end components on my truck. while I was doing the ball joints, and this thing removed some pretty serious rust. So you can get an idea of what 10 hours of sandblasting looks like. Here's the tear off from the window in the blast cabinet. I couldn't see out of it anymore, so I replaced it before I did this video. So the warranty on this cabinet is already long gone as you're watching this video. No choice. Alright, so there's just the sandblast. You can see it's pretty dry, but takes care of all those dirt spots. So we're gonna go right next door into the vapor blaster and get this thing blasted up. Alright, so for this case, I'm gonna change it up a little bit, and I'm gonna give it the hot water pressure washer and some degreaser. See how it comes out, compare it to the diesel tank. A little bit of pressure washer in a can. Alright, I think it came out pretty okay with just the pressure washer and that degreaser. Ultimately, nothing really wants to take that two-stroke oil off, but I think it did an alright job. Sandblaster will take care of the rest of it. And this is that hot water pressure washer. So we got a RV hot water heater, Harbor Freight motor, China pump, works alright. Get some hot water going, and it's cheaper than a full-blown hot water pressure washer pre-made. And I think that probably did most of the work, but degreaser helps too. And I built this whole unit here for bottom washing boats, so it's not just to wash the dirt bikes, although the dirt bikes do like getting a hot bath after a ride. Alright, so I ended up sanding out some of the dents and dings in this case, so let's get it sandblasted. Alright guys, I think that's going to be a wrap for this video. Anyway, these cases came out pretty amazing. Super stoked at the way they look right now. It didn't take too much work and time to get them looking like this, and they should be looking like this for a long time. So I'd call it a success. Anyway, next video I think we're going to get the bottom end going back together on this sucker. So we'll catch you then.